Hey guys, stay tuned for my apology and a couple of quick recommendations on this weekend report. Just changed the air filter, engine air filter, cabin air filter. Woo-wee, that was a challenge, especially, anyway, so stay tuned. Good afternoon, everyone. It is the 10th of August, Sunday the 10th of August, 2025. And I intend this to be a quick weekend report. Got some good news, got an apology, etc. First, I want to share, I finally changed the cabin air filter after getting stuck in that flash flood. Man, that was amazing how quick that water came. Also, of course, the engine air filter. In any case, yeah, I hadn't changed it in so long. I didn't realize it. I thought I changed it, but so I'm really surprised at all the pep in the engine. Makes a huge difference, everyone. Definitely, especially with the cabin air filter change, but I guess both equally. Just remember, if you have a vehicle, make sure to change both of them, especially in dusty environments, dust, dirt in the air, that kind of thing. So that's basically everywhere. Anyway, so I'm doing a mix of local and highway, and then state highway, which is a little less than the interstate driving. See how well she performs. So as I go to meet Crypto Curious Carl, what I'm going to do is quickly apologize to everyone. I went ahead, I didn't get enough sleep lately. I've been working so much. It's not my fault, it's not anyone's fault. It is what it is, got to get that money. But I went ahead, I posted that thing, and the way I posted it, man, that came out all wrong. I'm referring to the fake, it turned out to be fake from Judge Torres thing. And thank you to Falcon and the other one begins with a D. I looked at it, Delta something. The names get more complicated the harder it gets, but thank you both. I appreciate you showing me, and I think one of you also showed me on X. Very grateful. And even the source I got it from deleted it. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, I did not look into it further like I should have. And then when I posted it, I didn't say, guys, what do you think? Or anything like that. I just put it up there, which was stupid of me. So I apologize, everyone. Sometimes I get 4 hours sleep a night for a very long time. So it has its effect. But I'm feeling a lot better now. Some people like Jeff, for example, said, dude, get some rest. You're absolutely right. Anyway, so please accept my apologies for that. And one of the things I want to talk about, and I shared them in the community, you might remember, I want to say it was a week or so, maybe 2, I don't know, time's a blur. There was a banking channel, couldn't remember what it was. It turns out to be global banks. Now, when you look for it, I want to say it says at globalbanks.com, but you can take the shortcut, go on to the comments page, which is, the community page which is go to my homepage, go to posts, and just start scrolling. You're going to see like 4 of them, 4-ish, maybe 5, for at Global Banks. Just click on that, and a great channel, talks about international banking, and he just commented on my query, in his comments on his video. It gets very complicated for American citizens. It really does. I gave him the scenario of the Cook Islands Trust, with the Cook Islands LLC, and perhaps using Liechtenstein as the bank, and he's like, it gets complicated. Can be difficult, but it can be done. And I'm paraphrasing him right now. And that speaks a lot, ladies and gentlemen, because my biggest fear is regime change. Picture we're retired, we put everything in trust, we did it perfectly right in this scenario, right? But our banking is done domestically in the United States. I'm speaking to U.S. people here, pretty much everywhere in North America. And then we get the deep staters back in, and they seize our crypto. We lose everything. I do not want to be old and poor. Being poor is terrible for those that don't know. If you're mature enough to not mock the poor, more than likely my viewers are mature enough to not mock the poor. Being poor is miserable. It costs more of your money to live, on ratio, and you're stuck. I mean, it's just terrible and miserable all the way around. So I don't want to go out like that, and I don't think any of my followers do either. So that being said, this is something where I'm going to have to research more. Definitely want you guys' feedback on this. Kind of curious if it would be safer, if not cheaper, to do this on a personal level as opposed to LLCs. It's a tricky one. There's a lot of avenues I'm just thinking in my head right now to go ahead and research on. But stay tuned. I will definitely share with everyone here what my current thoughts are, what my current research is or will be, and we'll take it from there. Getting rich can be very tricky. And I got the warning light again. That's because I got the AC blasting. I'll have to reset that. I think I'm gonna have to change that tubing. Anyway, it's the tubing after the map sensor. And that's for Trader Steve, because I know Trader Steve watches every video. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Trader Steve says hi. We were going to talk, but he had an issue. Friday night, he caught a bug, so he's just got to chill out this weekend, which kind of really sucks. I was looking forward to seeing him, but that's okay. Still get to chat with him. And we're definitely going to talk about wallets and how I can improve the discussion on wallets and how they're essentially the new UI, which is user interface for people. I definitely want to discuss this in a mature way instead of like what you have people saying, hey guys, it's ridiculous, because down the road when you're trying to get into international banking and everything else, you're going to have a lot of questions. Now, what some of you may be wondering is why even bother with the international banks? First is, like I was just saying before, asset seizure. The U.S. has a history of doing that. Just look at FDR and gold. What year was it? 33, I think they did it? Sometime around then. I'm very concerned with that. So I always have multiple accounts. And shout out to Economic Ninja about that. I always have multiple bank accounts, multiple credit union accounts in the U.S. And once crypto, here's the thing. You're never going to want to sell your crypto, but where are you going to park your money if you do a Lombard loan, which is where you take a loan against what you own, etc. And it's just, you got to park your money somewhere. So you need good access to it. And you want something that's not going to be seized. Right? And so, let's say you're domiciled in the U.S., you're waiting on a permanent visa or whatever visitor thing you're going to use. You're going to want to have an option where you can still buy food. You want like an international credit card or debit card. You're going to want, you just want options. You don't want to suffer, So you're going to have to, again, not financial advice, tax advice, legal advice, or any other kind of advice. But the scenario that I am putting in my head is that, or putting out there that's in my head, is that we get another deep stater in. They go ahead, seize whatever they can, but you're already thinking ahead years earlier, and you have options. You're not owned. And so, let's say for whatever reason, it takes a while to approve your visa, but then your visa gets approved and you're able to get out. If you're able to get out, you're going to need to have your offshore account. Not saying to hide it. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm not saying to try to duck taxes, because you never will when it comes to the U.S. You'll never be able to duck taxes. But you're going to want to be able to live at least well enough that you don't have to work. You picture a scenario where you end up working overseas, or you end up on UBI, Universal Basic Income, in the U.S. or pretty much anywhere else. What a terrible scenario. So that's why, sorry I went into a long-winded thing on that. But, we just got to give ourselves options, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this weekend in crypto world, they're pretty much doing the same thing as they always do. It's the FOMO FUD cycle that they have. They just, they're coming up with stuff trying to part you with your money. I would say just keep doing what you're doing. If you're comfortable with it. Has there been any changes? Not that I can see. If you are a hodler, nothing's really changed. You're going to be holding for years anyway, or at least the next few months. And if you're a trader, it's pretty good for you. You can trade, you can get like returns that you're comfortable with, whatever those returns may be, 5% a day. And then you got the tax man, so figure you lose 3% the taxes, so you walk away with 2%. So I don't know. And short version is, it's overall the same. So I would just suggest to everyone, keep hustling, and as usual, pay off your bills, and still buy crypto. That's my opinion, of course, my conjecture and speculation. Well, it's just really an opinion in this case. But that's what this channel's about. My experience, sometimes I don't think straight, or I just post right away, and I apologize again for that. That was stupid of me. But shout out to you guys who, the two of you, Falcon and Delta. You weren't keyboard warriors. You were just like communicating. I get it. I get some keyboard warriors, so please don't think I was mixing you guys both up, because I wasn't. And shout out to you at the JWK show. I appreciate your comment as well, because ladies and gentlemen, I actually do read the comments. So I want to say that's it. Just stay alert. Try not to be impulsive about this. I know it's tempting. Oh goodness, yes, it's very tempting, because we all want to be richer already. We've been in crypto for a while, most of us. Some of you guys are new to this, so it's nothing happens overnight, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing does. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I see all the bicyclists up there, so I got to be careful, because they forget that there are motor vehicles in the state, that they have to obey state laws. Except for that one time about a week ago, they actually used hand signals, like they should. Anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Oh, if you like honest videos like this, please like this video. Please comment down below, because as you can tell, I do read the comments. We're still a smaller channel, so I do have the ability to do that. Please share amongst your friends, and please subscribe if you're not subscribed. I noticed we've lost some and gained some, so we're pretty much on equal footing as we were before. So, yeah, please go ahead. Oh, yes, and please ring that bell. Ding, ding, ding. You know, the bell notification. Click on it. Please select all, because YouTube is like saying to everybody, hey, let's get this up, blah, 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 in their own way. Yeah, YouTube being YouTube. So, all right, everyone, I'm going to go. Remember, stick with your plan, stick it to the man, but don't stick it to each other. Ooh, that came out good, didn't it, Jeff? Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go meet Crypto Curious Carl, and then once I get there, go ahead and reset this. And I got to end up taking apart that tubing and seeing what the issue is, as I get the engine running lean, and I only get it when I have the air conditioning blasting full and I'm like going up to speed or going really up an incline, and I'll get that. I'm like, why am I getting that lean? Anyway, it bothers me. I know the car's very old. I could probably get a classic car. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I kind of babbled there, and take care. Peace.